All right, everyone. So I am going to be making, I guess, a Christmas treat. I'm going to be making some homemade peppermint patties. Now, Glenn is the one who likes like peppermint and mint and, you know, all those different mints or whatever. I'm not a big mint person, but occasionally I eat a peppermint patty, and I do like the Andes candies, the green one. So yeah, Glenn found this recipe on Facebook, and he asked if I could make it. So we got some of this stuff in our Walmart grocery haul, and all you're going to need are 4 ingredients for this. There's no baking, so this is a no-bake treat or dessert or whatever. It's a candy. So what you're going to need is some peppermint extract, some sweetened condensed milk, and I don't believe you're even going to need a whole can of that. You're going to need a pound of chocolate almond bark, and this is a pound and a half. Oh, yeah, pound and a half. Yeah, something like that. And you're not even going to use it all, so you need a pound. I guess it's up to you how much you want to use, but you're going to need 4 cups of powdered sugar. So what I'm going to do is I'm just showing you everything you're going to need. I'll put the recipe in the description below, and then I'll put you on the overhead camera, and then I'm going to play some Christmas music, so I won't be talking, but this is my talking part, letting you know what you need. All right, so again, I'll put the recipe in the description below. You're going to need 2 bowls, one for the mixing the peppermint filling, and you'll need a microwave bowl to warm up your chocolate bark to melt it. And then you'll need a cookie sheet, some wax or parchment paper. Since there's no baking, I'm just going to use wax paper because I don't use wax paper for a whole lot, so I'll just use it for this. And you're also going to need freezer space. So if you don't have any room in your freezer, this might not work. So I am going to be using our chest freezer, and I'll show you where I'm going to put it. Alright, so this is the top of our chest freezer here, and I put these here on purpose so it holds the cookie sheet evenly. So I'll just dip it right there. So there, set. And then you're going to leave them in the freezer for an hour. Alright, so sometime I'll give you a tour of what's in our freezer. Alright, so yeah, you're going to leave these set in the freezer for an hour. And then once those are ready to form with the chocolate, dip into the chocolate, you'll start melting the chocolate, and then you'll have to work quickly before the peppermint filling gets too soft, because you don't want it soft. And the chocolate, if that starts to get like not as melty, just warm it up again. Alright, so that's what you're going to need. I'll just read the amount you're going to need, and it says, I think it says, I forget how much it says it'll make, but I'll let you know. It depends on how big or small you roll your peppermint patties in. So for the peppermint filling, you're going to use 3/4 cup of sweetened condensed milk, 1.5 teaspoons of peppermint extract, and that could be to taste. So taste it when you're making it, and if you want more, put more in. And then 4 cups of powdered sugar. And then for the coating, all you're going to need is that chocolate bark, 1 pound. Alright, and that's all you need besides the bowls and cookie sheet. Alright, so I'm going to get you on the overhead camera, and I'm going to put some Christmas music on and start making these. And yeah, I also am going to make myself a treat today. I'm going to be making some M&M cookies from Cake Mix, another Cake Mix hack. So, and I wanted to do these today because I know the M&M cookies are not a big, Glenn is not a big fan of them. He'll eat a couple, but it's not his favorite, where peppermint isn't mine, so he can have this and I'll have that. Alright, so let's get started. Alright everyone, so I actually never showed you some of the Christmas decorations. So this is sitting on the shelf right above the countertop where I work. And actually I used to collect a lot of tins, and I loved like the old M&M, Hershey and all that tins. So these are all Christmas tins, and I put these up every year. And then hiding back there is a Thomas Kincaid tin. And then I just loved like these old-fashioned Christmas scenes. And then I got these Coke lunch pails years ago at, I believe it was, I want to say Walmart. I don't know how many years ago it's been. It's probably been 4 or 5 years because you don't see that stuff anymore. But they were actually as ornaments. So I obviously wanted them for decoration for the Coca-Cola stuff and Christmas. And these are 3 very old, you can see the tops there, mixes. There's eggnog, Belgian white, and I don't know what that, something mocha. But yeah, I love the tins of the kind of the old-fashioned Christmas. So that's that. And I got my Bluetooth speaker, and I have Christmas lights all around. So I'll show you more, but right now I want to get this done. I've got my tablet with the scene of my latest Christmas ambience video. Alright, let's get started. Alright everyone, so one more thing. I am going to use a hand mixer when mixing the powdered sugar into the sweetened condensed milk and peppermint. But I'll do that without recording, so you don't have to listen to that. Alright everyone, so I just wanted to stop right here. I've got everything in the peppermint filling. What I did with the powdered sugar is I added a cup, because you need a total of 4 cups. I added a cup, I mixed it in with the hand mixer, not till it's fully incorporated in there, but just enough where all the powderness is gone. And then I did the same for the next 3 cups. So at this point, I really can't use a hand mixer, and it's going to look crumbly, but it's not sticky at all. It's basically, that stuck, but yeah, it is not sticky. It'll just fall out of your hand. So you just want to grab some now, and we already tasted it. It actually has a really good peppermint taste. So just form your balls now and put them on the cookie sheet. And that's all there is to it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And once you form your balls, you want to press down on them to form like a more of a disc shape. So I'm going to form my balls here, and then I'll be back. Okay everyone, so before I make all the balls, I just wanted to go over the first one and show you. Now this is a lot bigger than they they made them into 1-inch diameter balls. This is much bigger because Glenn wanted a bigger patty like the York peppermint patties. So I have the ball here, so now I'm going to, you could either do it with your hand or take something flat like a bottom of a glass or something and press it down. I don't know if we have any totally flat glasses. Oh yes, we do. Oh yep, I'm going to go ahead and get that and see if that'll press it better. So I'm using the bottom of a Coke glass and press it down to how thick you want it. So this is, so I'm going to go check with Glenn and see if he wants it thinner or thicker. So, but that's what the patty looks like, so I'll be back. Alright guys, so Glenn says the thickness is okay, so I'm going to show you. So that's about the thickness. He said it's okay. And it's about as big as the palm of my hand. So, but you make them the size you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and make them, try to get them all this size. When I pressed it down with the Coke glass, it didn't totally make it this. I had to just like work around the edges to spread it out more. So, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do this, put the Christmas music back on, and I'll be back. Alright everyone, so I've just made 4 of them so far, and so you can see the cookie dough, or the peppermint dough looks real crumbly, but you just grab it, that's okay because it's just going to form a ball. Do the size you want again, and just squish it together so it forms together. So even though it looks like this, don't think it's wrong, it's not. So it even says it's going to just form a non-sticky dough. Alright, so I got it right there. I'm just going to see how it forms together into a ball. I'm just going to form it more into a ball. And then let's press it down. Now if you were doing this at the 1-inch diameter, or a smaller one definitely than this, this would probably be enough to push it down. So I just worked the edges a little bit. Depends how thick or thin you want your peppermint to be. See how it just spreads out pretty good? And it stays together, but I wouldn't be playing with it too much. But there's the thickness or thinness of the peppermint. Alright, so and that's all I'm doing. Alright, now I'm going to finish up. I just wanted to show you how the dough looks, how how it does just come together. Alright, so let me finish this up. Alright everyone, so I've got this cookie sheet full, and I've got 9 of the bigger, thinner patties, but I decided to make 3. I do still have some dough here, but I made 3 that are just a tad smaller and a tad thicker, because my only concern with the thinner ones is that kind of chocolate will set thick. So I don't want it to be thicker than the patty itself. But I'll have to make sure I drip enough off that it's not going to be so thick on these thinner ones. But I'm going to go ahead and set these in the freezer, and I'm going to get a smaller cookie sheet and fill this one up with smaller patties. So, alright, so I'm going to put these in the freezer for about an hour. So the second sheet, I got 6 of the mini ones that are thicker. So you can see that. So I guess I have some bigger thin ones, some medium thicker ones, and small thick ones, and I guess we'll see which ones come out best. Alright, so I'm going to throw these in the freezer, and I'm going to try to start breaking down some of that chocolate because it's a thick bar. Alright, so I'll be back. Alright everyone, so it's been a little over an hour now since I put the first batch of peppermint patties in the freezer. So now we're getting ready to melt our chocolate bark. And I really thought, because this is so thick, I really thought I was going to have a hard time breaking it apart. I've never done anything with chocolate bark. Almond bark, almond bark, chocolate flavored. But it breaks so easy. The big bar it was, I just gave it a good bend and it broke. So I just started breaking off pieces, all the squares. So this is again a 1.5 pound bar, and it says we only need 1 pound for this, so this leaves 4 of these squares in there. So I could use that for another time. So you can use this for like chocolate covered strawberries or cherries or pretzels or whatever it is you want to chocolate cover. So, alright, I'm going to melt this first before I take my patties out of the freezer, because you don't want them to stay out too long. That gives them a chance to soften up, and I guess you're going to want to work quickly through this. So, alright, and I'll leave the second batch in there until I'm ready to do that batch. So I'm going to get this in the microwave. We're going to go 30-second intervals. 30 seconds, take it out, mix it up, and then put it back in until it's all melted, but you don't want to overdo it because it'll burn it and it'll make it clumpy. So yeah, I'm going to put this away. It says you do not want to refrigerate this, so I'm going to put it in the cupboard and get to this. Alright everyone, so what I did in the microwave was 30 seconds. It didn't really do much. It did a little bit, it softened it up more. And then I did another 30 seconds and that really got it melting. And then I did it for 15 seconds because I don't want to overdo it. And it looks like it's melting perfectly right now. I've got a couple small chunks in there, but I think they're going to melt away here. So 30, 30, 15 is what worked for me. When you're doing this kind of stuff in the microwave, whether it be bark or chips, chocolate chips, the rule of thumb microwaving to melt is 30 seconds at first and then 15-second intervals after that. I guess that's always been a rule of thumb for me. But this is bigger, so I went 30, 30, 15. And it seemed to work perfectly, mixing it all up, and it is melted. So let's get our peppermint patties out here and start coating them. Alright. I've got the Hot Logic plugged in over here because I'm going to probably have a brat here in a little bit. And then, alright, let's go with this. So, I'm going to just get a fork and just kind of, I don't know, scrape the excess off the bottom there. Now, from what I just tasted of this, it does not have a bitter taste like semi-sweet chocolate chips. So this might not be bad at all. And after you're done chocolate coating, you could either set them back in the refrigerator, or it says you can even just leave them at room temperature to set. I might put ours in the mud room. It's about 50 degrees in there, so it's cool enough to help them set a little faster. I think these are going to turn out pretty good. Oops. Yeah, the patties are nice and frozen. But you don't want to keep them out too long, especially putting them in warm chocolate. They're going to start getting soft real fast. can see these last couple ones, the chocolate is getting a little thin. I'm going to try to do this one and then remelt what I have in here for the last 6 small ones. Yeah, you can see it's not as smooth and it's starting to bend a little bit. Just pour some on there. I want to just do this one so I can get it in the mudroom so it can start setting. Alright, looks like we got it. Alright. And you can see these, they're drying up already. Wow, that looks pretty good. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to get these in the mudroom to help them set a little faster. We'll come back, warm this up so I can scrape up off all the sides and do the last little 6 ones. Alright everyone, so I'm not sure this even scraping the sides will be enough for the 6. So I'm going to add in 1 more square. And we're only going to do that at 15-second interval because it's just 1 square. Alright, let's do this. Alright everyone, so this 1 square piece and rewarming it in the chocolate that was already in there, I started off at 15 and then went 10, 10, and that's where I stopped. So it still left a good chunk there, but it's melting away as I mix it, so don't keep putting it in if it's soft enough that you can mix it till it melts, because it actually was pretty big and now it's getting smaller. I guess you just got to judge by your own microwave. There, it's pretty much melted now. So I went 15, 10, 10 on just that single block and rewarming the others with it. Alright, let's get the other patties out. Okay, so these are the 6 miniatures. Yeah, there's my index finger. It just goes like that. And they're thicker. So let's get these done. Hopefully this is enough for all 6 of these. Let me see if I can just do it with my finger. Maybe it'd be faster. Oops. Oh, started to break off. So I kind of just chip that one a little bit. Be gentle with it. Alright, we're gonna make it. Barely. Might have to scrape some off the sides. Oh yeah, we got this. Let me see if I can redo it. Nah, I'm going to leave it alone. Alright, so there it is. And this one didn't get covered right there, but that's okay. It's not like it's anything raw. It's just peppermint patty. So I'm going to put these in the mudroom as well. And we'll give them a taste test in a little while. Alright everyone, here we have the homemade peppermint patties, and I have to tell you, they are good. The chocolate is not bitter at all. I think it tastes really good. Now I kept them out in the mudroom for a little bit, and then I brought them in and put them in this container, so the chocolate might be still a little bit hard, but the peppermint, the patty itself, is soft. Yeah, that is good. If you are a fan of peppermint, mint patties, things like that, I would definitely make this. I'm so glad Glenn wanted me to make it because, yeah. Now, I'm not one that I can just sit here and eat this whole patty, but I can definitely take little bits and pieces of it at a time. So, yeah, this was the bigger, thinner one, and it actually came out really good. The thickness is perfect. The thickness of the chocolate is just right. And yeah, I'm impressed. These are good. I can't believe I made homemade peppermint patties. So yeah, definitely give them a try if you like the peppermint patties or, you know, anything peppermint like that. Delicious. So I'm going to eat this piece and I'm going to bring on the cookies.